Hey peeps, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just going to be chatting a little bit with you about end of the year goals and how I did this year in terms of meeting them and, what I'm looking forward to doing next year. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so and hit the bell so you get notified when I have new videos out. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up if you would. And we'll get started here in just a moment. So Vlogmas is getting close to the end. Just a few more days, and frankly I didn't think I would make it through, and I still have questions whether I will make it with a video every single day this month, but I'm close. I'm getting there, and now that I started this challenge with myself, I really want to finish it up. It seems like it would be a good note to end the year on. And so I'm going to try. You'll notice I'm wearing a sweater today. My office is a little chilly today, and that's okay. I actually like the chill. I'm glad that it's cold outside and that we're getting rainy weather. I'd like to have a little snow. Not a whole lot, but a little bit of snow. Just for a few days. We don't do well in snow here, but it would be nice to see and take some pictures of the lights and decorations outside against a snowy background. Yesterday, we celebrated the solstice, and we're going to finish up celebrating it today. We did it in two because yesterday morning, I got up after a really bad reaction during the middle of the night, and I was toast until noon. So I didn't get much done at all, and I really didn't feel like cooking a nice dinner. I did manage to consecrate my new blades, and we had our Zoom chat with our friends, and that was really nice. But other than consecrating the blades and talking to our friends, I really didn't get much done for the holiday. So tonight we're actually going to have a nice dinner. I'm cooking lamb chops and sweet potatoes, and then we will open our presents and do our ritual because today is the actual solstice. We had planned for yesterday mostly because we usually have, our circle over, and sometimes they can't come on a weekday because some of them have to work. However, everybody's at home, stuck at home this year, and we just never took that into account. I'm really trying to deal with little aggravations like the extra noise and stuff in a way befitting the realization that so much is off this year. It usually drives me nuts to be interrupted, and this year I've had to let some of that go and just work around the interruptions and learn to focus better. I usually have a really good focus, but this year trashed that, at least for part of the year. I look back at what I got done, and it's not as much as I hoped to. I hoped to have at least one more book written this year and not released, but ready to go next year. That didn't happen. From probably late March until July 1st, everything consumed me that the news consumed me. Not just the pandemic, but the election and politics. And it was all I could do to drag myself away from Twitter and stop watching the news. It was difficult. It was very difficult on me. But then a group of my author friends and I decided we would start doing Zoom sprints every day. And we started that on July 1st. And that has been our saving grace for so many of us. It has given us a period of time that we have claimed, carved out. Excuse me, I had something in my eye and it was driving me nuts. But it's given us a period of time that we have carved out just for our writing. And it's given us mutual support and helped our focus. And we've accomplished a whole lot since July. And that's even with losing over a month to trying to write the Blood Queen series and having it not work for me because I tried to change it. So I'm actually going to give myself kudos for managing to do as much as I have this year. I have released a lot of material this year. Even with, oh, hello, Apple. Even with the pandemic, I've managed to release 5 books and a novella this year, which is not nearly as much what I planned. I planned on releasing 7 books this year. Uh, but I'm going to call it a win and say, good job that I actually got anything done. And I think if you have accomplished anything this year, even getting out of bed and brushing your teeth and taking a shower, that you deserve applause, because this year has trashed so many people and it has interrupted focus and it has destroyed plans and it has destroyed lives. It's been sobering. So I'm going to call it a win. Hello. No, we cannot do Blanky right now. He wants his Blanky. We'll do Blanky in a bit, okay? Okay. So, yes, I'll call it a win at 5 books and a novella and put my focus on next year. I have learned regrets do very little to help you, except make you sit there and go, why didn't I manage this and that? Mr. Apple has a string on his, on his collar. There. No, you don't get to eat that. So now the string is off Mr. Apple's collar and I can focus better. Little things like that disrupt me. It's odd. I can go through major shifts and manage through it, but little things kind of get to me at times. And I try to avoid that. I try to, mitigate that, but unfortunately, it's just my nature and I've accepted it. Hello, Mr. Apple. He's such a cuddly kitty at times. He's such a good boy. So yes, today I was going to talk about end of the year and looking back at what I've accomplished and how things went and looking forward to new next year. So the Wild Hunt has done quite well. I'm very pleased. It's keeping up about to where I'd say it has had some drop off in readership, but overall it's still attracting a lot of people, and that makes me happy. However, the surprise of the year was how well Starlight Web has done in just the past few weeks since it came out, past couple weeks. I am thrilled with how many people are loving this new series, and I had so much fun writing it. And it's really made me rethink rethink next year and make new plans. I had planned next year to continue just focusing on the Wild Hunt. However, that's not going to be the case now. I will be writing more Wild Hunt. Don't worry about that. A book will come out in January, and I will write probably at least 1 to 2 more other Wild Hunt books next year. However, because well, thank you. What did you throw down on the floor? Mr. Apple threw a pencil at me. It's not polite. It's not very polite. Don't throw pencils at Mom, okay? And don't walk right in front of the microphone. You make fuzzy noises when you do. Yes, you do. So, yes, I'm looking forward to next year and sitting here going, I think I need a break. And so I am going to write a couple more Wild Hunt books next year, and there are more to come after that. I am planning on definitely finishing this series, and I think I have 6 more books planned in it, and then we'll see how things go after that. However, next year I'm going to focus more on Moonshadow Bay because I'm enjoying seeing how many people are so excited about this. And I also am revisiting Chintz and China with at least 1 book. We will see how it goes when I transfer it out of the cozy room. Now, it's not going to be that noticeably different, but you will notice, as I said in my other video, I'm not a cozy person. It will be a little grittier. There will be more romance in it. So there might be a few steamy scenes, but I think I'll keep them moderately steamy as opposed to the graphic sex that I often write in my books. But I kind of want to show Emerald's softer romantic side. And also I am aging up the characters, they're moving ahead and bringing it into the modern era. As to the pandemic, no, I won't be addressing the pandemic in the books. It's an alternate universe. Hey, Kaylee. It is not our universe per se. So I would prefer not to write about the pandemic if I can avoid it. However, as I said, a little grittier, more romance, maybe a little spookier, and we'll see how you guys like that. I also plan on reopening my Patreon. Now, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to be doing there. I plan on figuring that out over the next few days. I think when I opened it last year, I didn't have a good grasp on what I wanted to do with it. And I need that. I need to sit down and actually plan out regular content for my Patreon viewers that they will find interesting. And so I will be, yes, reopening Patreon. I also plan on focusing on YouTube still. I am enjoying doing the videos, and I think I'm going to focus a lot on the intuitive writing side of things. I don't think my throw spaghetti at the wall tactics this year actually worked that well, although I did increase my subscriber base from 500 to almost, well, hopefully by end of the year it'll be 1,300. I would like next year to increase it up to 3,000 to 5,000. So that means a more focused approach. I think that focus to me matters now more than ever because this year was so unfocused, and I don't do well with not being focused. So when I was filling out the power sheets, one of my big, what would you call it? One of the major themes that came out of my goals was focus. Focus, focus, focus. Picking a direction and sticking with it. And that's what I did this year with the books. And next year, I'm going to continue that with the books, and I'm going to continue that with my social media approaches. I will be keeping my Twitter account. I don't want anybody else grabbing my name and putting up something I would find objectionable. But I have come to realize, and I approached this realization last night, and it's been a long time coming, and I've had periods of time where I kind of realized it, but I'd get lost again and lose my focus and go back. All it's done is make me more stressed. It's become the melting pot for what can cause me the most stress. Now, it's the great place to get breaking news, but I'm finding that I really need to limit my news diet, so to speak, because the stress causes reactions. And a big goal of mine next year is to get my MCAS under control. And so I need to look at what causes problems. I also feel that way about Instagram. Well, I like Instagram. This year, for a while, I tried a very targeted approach for promotion there and realized it's so much work. And I really enjoyed it much better when I just, played, when I just put up kitty pictures. So I'm going back to that for Instagram. As far as the Facebook goes, I want to encourage my audience to follow me off of Facebook if possible. Now, I know a lot of people love Facebook and want to stay there, but I detest it. I hate dealing with Facebook, and the new layout drives me up the wall. Honestly, it's so hard to find things, and it's such a pain in the ass for me and Jen, my assistant Jen, to deal with that, except for targeted months like we did for December. I'm not going to be utilizing it as much. The organic reach on my Facebook page is disastrous, as almost every other author is finding. I've had author friends lose their accounts, suddenly find their accounts deleted for no good reason. Some of them have gotten them back, some have not. So I have decided YouTube, my Patreon, my blog, and my newsletter will be the 4 primary focuses for my social media outlets. This time of year is always a take stock time for me. My birthday's around the corner, coming next month. It's a big one. It's a real big one. I've mentioned before, I'm hitting 60 next month. And while I don't feel like I'm hitting 60, it's a time to really decide what matters. Because when I'm honest about it, when I actually sit down and go, okay, here's what this means, it means that the next 20 years may be the most productive years that I'll have for the rest of my life. It could be the next 30 years. I don't plan on retiring. However, there will come a point when I probably want to slow down, and I'd like to be at a place where I don't feel like I'm compromising myself by slowing down. I'm a workaholic. I'll always work until the day I die. I will be working. My best friend is an astrologer, and this next year is a major transitional period for me, and what I focus on is what's going to be foremost. And so I need to make sure my focus is where I want it to be. And it's one of those times where, as she put it, make certain I'm specific on how I want things to happen and what I focus on and what I materialize and magnetize into my life, because it's one of those points where if I ask for it, I may get it. So be careful. So I have to decide what I really want and what I want to be known for over the next few years. And it feels exciting, and I can feel that energy waiting for me and ready to descend into my life, to swoop in. So I invite you to come along on the journey with me. And I hope that you'll enjoy the books that I'll be writing and the directions I'm going, and, cheer me on. I love the encouragement from my readers. Being happy in my writing is one of the most important things to me. Being happy in what I do is one of the most important things for me. I've wanted this career since I was 3 years old, and I've worked toward it. And for 25 years, 25 years, I've been a professional writer. And so it does feel like it is transition time. A quarter of a century I have given over to my work. And I am ready to give the next and probably last quarter of century that I have left toward it. And I plan on making it memorable. One of the things I've consistently said is the last thing I want is to reach the end of my life and go, I wish I had. I wish I had done this. I wish I had done that. I wish I had written this. I wish I had written that. When I reach the end of my life, I want to be able to say, it was good. It was a ride. I loved it. I left the world in a better place. My life mattered. And I don't regret it. So deep thoughts for today. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow, and take care. And I hope that those of you who are awaiting your holiday for, Christmas are ready for it, and that you have a wonderful week. And I will be back tomorrow talking about TV shows. Bye.